to stretching for optimal social distance. As you can see, we've placed our mats at a distance from each other so we can set the standard from the very beginning. We're prepared with our waters so that we can stay hydrated, because hydration is always key. And we also have placed a couple of chairs over here that we're going to be using, not very much, but once throughout our stretching process. So if you want to grab some chairs, go for it. Couple shout outs and things we want to talk about before we get started. One, we want to say a big thank you to Dance Sensations for their support for our company as we've been getting started over the past year or so. They've been a massive support, and as you guys know, we wouldn't even be here if the dance studio industry weren't struggling quite a bit through this big international crisis. So what I will say is there's lots of discussion out there about supporting your local restaurants, buying gift cards. This class is all well and good, but it is not meant to supplement the studios and the small gyms and the other small businesses of that nature that you go to. So make sure that even if you're participating in something like this, you're still keeping those loyalties as well, because they rely on you guys. And while we're offering this for free, donations encouraged though, while we're offering this for free, they still have bills to pay in order to educate you guys and your kids. So make sure you're still offering your support there as well. This is just meant to be a relief and a brain break during your day. So on that topic, we've got Joe over here who's going to be assisting. And while Joe has been dancing his whole life, he also works at a desk all day. So he's really feeling the pain of these past couple days in social isolation and distance. So this class really is for absolutely anybody, and you're going to see there's lots of variance and flexibility out there. So anyone is welcome. You're going to work at the level that you're at. You might also see a couple of guest appearances from our cats. In fact, one of them just walked down the stairs right now. Don't be alarmed. They are not carriers of the virus as far as we know. So if they happen to join in, great. If not, I'm sorry they're being shy today. But let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to stand up with a little warm up for our stretching. So first and foremost, we have placed our mats apart, but it is important that in maintaining social distance, we double check that we are not going to come in contact with each other during this process. So the stretching is really just for us. So, and we're going to be facing a bit of an angle so you can kind of see exactly what we're doing. But I'm starting with my feet in parallel, making sure they're facing straight forward. We're going to take a plie or a bend through our knees and inhale. Exhale as we come up. Inhale again. Exhale as we go down. Plie. Inhale to gather. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale again. Feeling really wide and expansive. Inhale. One more time. Exhale up. Inhale at the top. And now we're going to curl those fingers down and in. I'm taking my head down one vertebrae at a time, dropping down into the floor, stretching into my forward fold. Again, I know a lot of us have not had a lot of movement the past couple days as we've been stuck at home. So while you're here, don't push anything too far. Take it easy. We'll grow deeper as we go. Joe's doing a really good job kind of releasing through his head and neck while he's here. I'm kind of looking around, so do as I say, not as I do at this moment. Just taking some time. Maybe you feel your weight shifting from your toes to your heels. Noticing how that changes the stretch. Shake out that head no. Shake yes. Yeah, just let it be free. I'm gonna go ahead and bend my left leg. I'm gonna reach my right arm up, sort of a little spiral through the back. Deeper stretch in that right leg that's still straight. Breathing while you're here. Oxygen always helps with the tension. And bring that arm back down. Straight legs. Now bending the right knee. Same thing, opposite side. Left arm up. Don't be afraid to grumble. It's all good. And bringing it back down. Both legs straight again. Make sure you're not locking out those knees so they're really tense, but maybe a little micro bend even. And we're going to get a bend through both knees. Arms heavy, heads heavy, rolling up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Taking a deep breath at the top. Exhale out. And now we're going to find our second position. So our feet are turned out a little bit. Not uncomfortably so. We're not going for hardcore ballet right now. Maybe someday, but not today. And we're going to go with that same breathing exercise. So I'm going to do an inhale as I plie and bend those legs, knees over the feet. And exhale as I come up. Inhale again at the top. Exhale as I plie. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Seeing how deep you can go over time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. And we're going to let those arms go to the sides. I'm going to take my right hand to my hip. My left arm is going to carry over. I'm getting a little stretch in my side. Okay, while I'm doing this, I want to make sure that my hips are not leaning out just yet. We'll try that in a second. Keeping them squared, feeling that stretch through the side and even into your back muscles. Breathing while you're here. Long arm up top, don't curl it. And then letting that hip slide out. So we're pushing the left hip out. Letting that head hang heavy to get a stretch through the neck and spine as well. And bringing the hips back in, stacking the spine one at a time. Arms out, we're going to exhale. Inhale, gather. Let those arms come out. Left hand to hip, arm over, staying centered. Again, long arm up top. And letting that right hip come out, deepening the stretch a little. Always breathing, slow, deep breaths. We have a little bit of music going here in the background. You're welcome to throw some on for you to help you relax. And hips back to center, restacking. We're going to do a couple more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, plie. Oh, we've got a cat. Maybe he's coming. Maybe he's not. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down. See if you can go any lower. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. And we're going to curl those fingers in again. Head goes down, rolling through the spine. One vertebrae at a time, stretching forward. And I'm actually going to take my heels and rotate my feet back into parallel. While I'm here, I'm just kind of releasing through my spine, letting my back be heavy, not feeling like I need to hold on to anything. Just taking a moment. Again, I can feel that weight rocking into my toes or back into my heels. Shake your head no. Shake it yes. We're going to go ahead, we're going to grab our elbows so that they're hanging there. We're just going to start with like a little teeny sway side to side. And as you get more comfortable, it can get a little bigger. And then you can even start to add in the legs a little bit as you're getting bigger. So a little bend and sway, bend and sway. But make sure that head is really heavy and that spine's really loose. And we're going to keep swaying, and then up to our right, we're going to stretch. We're going to try and find a flattened back. My arms are long if you're able to. Just holding here for a second. And then stretching down on that right leg. And walking it back to center. Just a quick stretch for now. We're going to go deeper on those legs in a little bit. Swaying, getting those elbows. And seeing how big you can take it, bringing the knees in when you need to. And then one more sway. We go up to our left. Find that flat back. Pressing the shoulders down, flat spine, just for a second. And release down onto that left leg. How are you doing, Joe?
Feels great.
Hurt so good?
Something like that.
Stretching is not pleasant for everyone, and that's okay. As long as we're being mindful of good hurt and bad hurt. Go ahead and walk towards center. We're going to walk our feet in. Bend our knees. Rolling up slowly, head and arms heavy. One vertebrae at a time stacking. Head is the last thing up. Hopefully we're feeling kind of warm now, so we can go deeper into some other stretches. Between every set of stuff, we're going to take a little water break. Hydration, as we said before, is key. Will actually help you in your stretching to keep those muscles nice and supple and not like cement. But what we were talking about earlier, always be mindful that your stretching is not painful. There's good hurt, so discomfort that feels productive, and bad hurt, which is just plain pain. We don't want to go to the pain level, especially after several days of maybe not having as much access to movement. You may have also noticed that we're wearing some pretty cool shirts. I did leave some information in our little blurb below the video. If you would like to order one, all you got to do is email us and we'll ship it to you for free. So we will not come near you with it, and we will sanitize it as well. If that makes you feel more comfortable, I'm all for safety precautions. All right. Well, now we're going to be moving into some deeper leg and split type stretches. This does not mean you need to have your split. It just means
Good.
we've got a wide range of flexibility here. It's all good. In fact, Joe, if you'd like, when we're doing some of the more splitty stretches, you're welcome to use those stools. Since we don't have any yoga blocks here at the house, he can use those chairs to help hold himself up at certain times. Using household items as a substitute are always great. But we're going to start just by finding our lunge. We're going to start on the left side because we always love to favor the right. Let's give the left some love first. So left foot forward, right foot back. Make sure you're on your toes in the back, not on the top of your foot. And in the front, we want to make sure the knee is directly above the ankle. So it should be 90 degrees right here. I'm going to put one hand on either side. And I'm going to think of this long leg in the back and pressing my hips down toward the floor. Again, only as much as I'm able. Good pain, not bad pain today. Or any day for that matter. No bad pain any day. So while we're here, pressing down. In fact, we're going to get a couple little bounces. And so we're going to bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to walk it up to the knee. Get a little balance action. Bouncing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A little harder. Take those arms out. You don't have to go this far. You don't have to go this far if you're not ready. We bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take those arms up, a little stretch back, and come around. Now from here, I'm going to pull my feet just slightly closer together, straighten out those legs, and I'm stretching down on that front leg. I want to make sure I'm not rotating that foot out in the back, but keeping them both facing forward, and doing my best to square my hips. So no one hip out, one direction or the other, trying to keep it totally centered. And from here, breathing and releasing down and forward. Again, if you're struggling to go that low, maybe you want to have a chair next to you that you can use for some balance, or you can come up on your leg. For me, that hurts my knees, so I'd rather use the chair, but it's totally up to you. This is going to sound kind of weird too, but sometimes our muscles just like to hold tension, right? So one tactic I found that's been really effective in getting muscles to release is just petting them like they're a really delicate dog. So the muscles here are really what's tense right now for me. So if I just kind of give them a little pet, it helps them to go, oh, okay, things are okay, we're good. Let's just relax. And then it lets me go deeper into that stretch. Joe, have you tried petting yourself before?
No, I've not.
Get some breath in there.
I have a habit to poke instead.
That could work.
So.
I've never tried that one. Okay, we're going to go back into that lunge. Now from here, we're going to try and take this a little bit deeper. So you can stay up here if you'd like and just work on stretching out that hip flexor, or you can take those arms on the inside and you can walk your elbows down to the floor. This will stretch a little bit more in the top hip rather than the back one. If you want to take it a little further, stretch it into your glutes. I'm going to roll to the outside edge of this foot, so my foot's actually peeled off the floor. I'm just going to wait here. We're going to do a count of 10, because this one is making me a little angry today. We're going to do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, breathing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rolling that foot back down, walking those hands up if you're able. Centering again. I'm going to drop that knee in the back. Take a moment to just kind of rest even. This next stretch can be a little tough for people that have really tight quads. So I'm going to leave my right hand on the ground. I'm going to pick up my foot and back. I don't want to be on the kneecap because that is painful. I actually want to be on the top of the knee, so right above my kneecap. So I'm lifting that foot up so I'm on the top of my knee, swimming my left arm and grabbing on to that foot in the back. I'll try and rotate a little bit more so it's visible. From here I can work on pulling that knee in or pressing my hips down, or ideally both at the same time. How you doing, Joe? Can hear you breathing.
Breathing helps.
My cat's judging you. He's giving you skeptical look. It's like, I don't think you're doing okay, man.
I'm just not as. No, I don't.
He's like, I'm more nimble than you. I
It's
can put
not
my
hard
leg
to
behind
do.
my head and drop that leg. It's the harder way.
It's not hard to be more nimble than I am.
Okay, now we're gonna get onto that back knee, staying up on it. I've got this front leg straight in front of me. It's my left leg, so I'm gonna take my right arm and reach ideally to the outside of the foot, but you may be at your calf or your ankle. It's wherever you're ready. I'm trying to keep my back straight, which I'm obviously not doing a totally great job of doing, but I'm working on it, rather than just hunching over at least. And then we can relax forward onto that leg. I do have very judgmental cats, for the record, so they're not really judging him, they're just going about their normal day of judging everything. And we're coming up a little bit. Now, Joe, if you want to use those chairs, you're welcome to, or if you want to just go for it, we're going to try and slide into our best split wherever we're at for today. I know some of us will want to do a little more deep stretching. So if you are wanting to get a little extra support, here's one tactic. We've got these stools that make it really easy. Okay, well that one's off the edge.
Living on the edge.
Okay, and we're just going to slide down, finding our split position. Now I want to keep that back knee rotated down toward the floor. We're not rotating it out like this, because then we're technically not on top of our split with squared hips. Again, if you're up here, if you've got both knees bent, doing the best we can to release down, not overstretching. I'm peeling the thing off the mat.
Yeah, I tore the back whole thingy. Puzzle piece open.
Our little puzzle mats have some edging on them. It's not doing well with the pressure of our bodies against them. Just one, let's do 5 more seconds. 5, breathing. 4, 3, 2, 1, and letting it go. Before we do the other side, let's go ahead and get a quick water break in there. You sweating? I'm sweating.
Well, it's cold in here.
Still sweating. So while we're on this brief water break, again, all these classes are free because we do want people to have access, and we know these are financially difficult times. But if you are willing to make even a small $1, $5, whatever you've got donation to our company, we have left 3 different options for donating at the bottom of the video. All of that money goes directly into the hands of our dancers. It doesn't really come to either of us, because one of our primary goals as a company is to create sustainable dance jobs here in Louisville for local modern dancers, and even other types of dancers as well. We have a pretty diverse company base. But yeah, if you're willing to donate even a small amount, That money will be going to the dancers. We are working and developing more and more ways that we can rehearse digitally. So they are being paid for their time off, though it's still a process of learning how exactly to do it. But here's a start. All right, let's get that right side stretched out and evened out. So finding our right lunge. Don't worry about it. Okay, so again, ankle right under knee, back leg nice and straight on our back toes. Pressing those hips down to the floor. And we're going to do a couple bounces here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it up to the knee. We bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bring those arms out to the side if you're able. We bounce 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Little stretch back if you can. Around and down. Narrow those feet just a little bit, finding our triangle stretch. Again, keeping those hips square, feet facing forward. Again, if you need, don't be afraid to look weird. Pet those muscles, let them release a little bit. I tell this to my dancers at the middle school I teach at, and they always look at me like I'm a lunatic, but the ones that are willing to try it always go, oh my gosh, it worked. So releasing those muscles. Deep breaths the whole time. And we're going to bring ourselves back down into that lunge. If you're able, you can stay here if you want to just deepen this stretch, or bring those arms to the inside and walk it down to your elbows. Letting that foot and knee roll out toward the side so the foot has peeled off the mat or the floor. Breathing while we're here, we're going to do a 10, 9, 8, 7, try and release deeper, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And bringing that foot down, walking yourself back up, dropping that back knee. This time, again, going to the top of the knee, not on the kneecap itself. So right above the kneecap, kind of in this area. I'm going to lift that back foot, swim my right arm to grab onto those toes. And as best I can, try not to find this position because that does put a lot of pressure on this back knee here, but pressing the hips down toward the floor. If you're able to also pull that foot in a little more, go for it, but only go to what's safe stretching, no pain. Productive discomfort at best. We're going to do a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let it go. And straightening that front leg. This time with that front leg straight, my left arm is coming up and I'm reaching to the outside of that leg. Foot, ankle, calf, wherever you are at, that's where you want to go. Trying to keep the back straight at first. And breathing the whole time. This is not a bad position to get some more of that petting in. And releasing forward. And coming up, we're going to go for that split wherever we are at. If that's just a little further right here, great. If that's all the way down to the floor and then some, awesome too. But not pushing any further than we're able to right now. Are you ready?
As ready as I'll be.
Boom, let's go for it. Sliding and holding. And again, making sure that knee in the back is rotated down toward the floor. Breathing while we're here. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, that was good. 1,
Thank you.
0. And letting it go. Before we take our quick water break, let's bring those legs forward. Right out in front of us. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Reach those arms up, big inhale. Exhale, and we're just going to release forward for a second, wherever we're at. Just try and relax while you're here. Let that head go. Just enjoying the stretch and the opportunity to move when there's been so few of those these days. But now you got options. And coming up, we're going to get a little stretch into our glutes because those are often neglected, or at least so my chiropractor tells me about my own. So, to force myself to eat his advice and actually use it, we're going to bend one knee up onto our thigh, or one foot up onto our thigh, let this knee fall out, and kind of see already how not flexible I am in this way. And we're just going to kind of walk our way down to wherever we're at. I envy the people that can go deeply into this stretch.
I feel this more in my left leg.
Than in your glutes. Maybe try bringing that foot up higher. And try getting a little pressure right there on your knee.
I think I'm just that not flexible.
It could be.
With my hamstrings.
How does it feel when you lay on your back and bring this leg into your chest?
Fine.
Could be that your glutes are just more flexible than mine too.
I've got a flexible butt.
He's got a flexible booty. I do not. It's just a rock of shame. And we're coming up. I'm going to take that leg out. And maybe we'll walk through the bud. Add some sass. And bring that other leg up. And same thing, walking it down. Breathing into these moments, just kind of enjoying some silence too. We never get to do that very much. We never think about enjoying it when we have it either. we're walking it back up. Taking that leg out. And of course, because hydration is key, water break. As you can see, we've got kind of an array of items around. At the start of this strange time in human history, Joe also moved into the house. So we're still trying to get that situated. Got a mattress over here that you might be able to see the corner of. Not sure what to do with the extra bed, but we're figuring it out. And yeah, so slowly over the next few days, this whole space is gonna look pretty different. Hopefully it'll get cleaner. With all this extra time, put some of it to good use. Okay, so we're gonna be moving into some arm and neck stretches. These won't take very long, but it's important that we don't neglect them ever. So finding our seated position, again, sitting nice and tall. If this is hard for you, you can also just cross your legs. And if you're able to sit nice and tall in this position, I'm just going to start with my neck. Let's give it a little roll. And if you feel kind of pain or tension in any specific areas, you're going to want to go maybe a little slower through those spots while you're working it out. Let's go the other way. You might notice there's tension on one side more so than the other. So that might be something you want to give some love to even after this class. We're going to find this central position again. I am going to take a flex through my left hand and put it out like I'm feeling sassy. I'm going to tilt my head to the right, press this shoulder down. I'm just going to put my hand gently on top of my head to lengthen these muscles. I'm not putting a ton of pressure, just enough to give a little extra pull. And then we're going to take our head and we're going to kind of look downward on a diagonal. And same thing, this should get a little more into the back of the neck, the back side. And then switching it, I'm going to flex that right hand, press that shoulder down, tilt my head toward my left, and gently put that left hand to lengthen through the neck. And moving for a downward diagonal. We hold so much tension in our necks, so this may be a good one to even do daily. And releasing, coming back up. We're going to get a little bit into our arms, so I'm taking that left arm across my body, nice and straight, shoulder pressed down, grabbing above the elbow to pull in, but keeping that elbow nice and straight. I want to make sure I'm not going like this. Ideally, I want my shoulder to be down and my arm to be parallel with the floor. If you want to deepen this further, take that thumb, rotate it into a thumbs down position. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it would do as much as it does, but Goes a long way. And let's switch over to that other side. Cross the body, right below the elbow. Shoulder press down, arm parallel. And if you'd like to go deeper, thumbs down. But don't thumbs down in this video, because y'all, we're all struggling. Like, we don't need to make it worse for each other. Spread love. Yeah? Yeah. Cool. Again, make sure that elbow is not bending. I noticed mine kind of micro bending without my knowledge. So I straighten that up. And we're gonna let that go. Taking our left arm, we're going to, here, I'm gonna have you face front and I'll face back.
Okay.
So from here, I'm taking that left arm up. I'm gonna pat myself between the shoulder blades. What I do not want to do is become a hermit crab. I want to try and stay nice and tall as best I can. So pushing that elbow back, not pulling it behind the head, that's a different stretch. We're trying to stretch this muscle right here. So just pushing straight back. And letting that one go. Other side. Right hand, pat yourself on the shoulder, pushing straight back. No hermit crab. And letting it go. Now these next few are some of my favorite stretches because they're just kind of funky. So we're going to start with the chair one. You don't need to have a chair. Well, you probably want a chair. So if you need to go get a chair, now's your chance because I'm going to go ahead and grab these right here.
Oh, this was for you.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was trying to maintain social distance and not touch things that you had touched.
I already touched both of them, so.
Despite
sorry.
the fact that we're living under the same roof and that's not realistic. But for modeling purposes, it's very important. Okay, so now I'm going to go kind of an angle so you can see me. But we're just going to try and press a little deeper and into our upper back a little bit because we are going to be getting into some back stretches in a minute. So this is starting to work, some of that, as well as our shoulders and our arms. So with my chair in front of me, I'm going to plant my palms flat on that chair, and I'm going to kind of just walk myself away from it so that I can press my armpits down toward the floor. We're just going to hang out here, keeping those elbows straight. It's really easy to not realize if you're bending. But breathing here, really opening up through that upper spine, through those shoulders and armpits. You might feel a little stretch right here even, in your lats. Big inhale, big exhale. Trying to go deeper every time you exhale. Let that head be nice and loose. Don't feel the need to hold it up. No extra tension where you don't need it. And we're going to slowly roll up through our spine to come out of that, walk those knees in. So again, just real quick and simple. It's kind of hard to get into that one without some extra help. So we're going to move these aside now and then get into some more shoulder and upper back and arm stretches. fact, while people are putting their chairs away, if they got one, let's take a quick water break just to buy some extra time and stay hydrated. Okay. Now this next one, we're going to be laying on our stomach. No dying. So we're going to come down flat on the floor. This is a very pretzel-y sort of position. You can push it as far as you're comfortable. We're going to take those arms straight out to the side, palms down. For now, I'm going to turn my face to look to the right, so I should see my right hand. My right leg in the back, I'm going to pick that one up. I'm going to carry it over my left leg, foot to the floor. Ideally, I want to have the whole foot on the floor, so not just toe touching the floor, but actually set that whole foot down. And now from here, I should feel a stretch in my shoulder that's behind me. But if you want to try and deepen that a little, I can take this right arm up and over behind me toward that back arm, so both arms are behind me. Now, again, if you want to go a little deeper, this knee that's up toward the ceiling, rotate it even more up toward the ceiling. Lift, lift, lift through that knee. And we're going to bring that top arm back down if you brought it up. I'm going to start reaching through that arm so that the spiral of my back is actually what carries that leg down into the floor. I'm going to make it a little more fun. This left arm that we just stretched, I'm going to bend it so that it's at a 90-degree angle. So bent arm on the floor, looking to my right. Right arm out in front of me, picking up that right leg. Same exact thing, just slightly different arm in the back, slightly different stretch. Yeah, it's a little more intense than you'd think it would be. So I'm not actually going to take my arm up for this one, but you are welcome to. And sliding that arm back out, rolling back onto your stomach. Taking that left arm out. Now we're going to do our other arm. So I'm turning my head to my left. I'm going to lift up that left leg, carry it over, flat foot on the floor. Knee up to the ceiling. And left arm, if you'd like, pulling behind you. We're going to carry that arm down, reach through the left arm, pulling ourselves onto the floor. Take a moment, bend, and picking that left leg up, over to stretch. I know this one's gnarly, huh?
I accidentally bopped a cat with my foot.
Oh, so they have made an appearance. And reaching that left arm, rolling back down. Okay, we are going to just take a moment and rise up. Oh, this is, well, his name is Lennon. Like John Lennon, but he goes by Moo or Mr. Magoo, or basically a variety of other names that are not Lennon. His sister is somewhere around here named Yoko, You'll definitely be able to tell them apart because Yoko looks nothing like Lennon. She is white, but they come from the same litter. Okay, so from here, we're gonna actually get those hands in. We're gonna press up into a cobra stretch. So I want my head to be reaching up and back. I don't want to fall into this trap. So shoulders nice and down. I don't want to crunch my neck to the back because ouch. So just long head and neck, stretching into our backs. We're almost done, you guys. This is just the end to kind of cool us down slowly. I'm going to think of going chin to chest, and I'm going to think of rounding through my core, looking at my belly button, and I'm pulling back, 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 back into my child's pose. So we're taking a moment here to stretch out that lower back. Get some good breathing in. We're going to do this a couple times. I'm going to think again, lifting and rounding, looking at my belly button, totally contracted upper body position. As I come forward, drop those hips, head is the last thing to come up. Long neck, shoulders down. Lots of breathing. And chin to chest. Round, round, round through that core. All the way back into child's pose. Total relaxation while you're here. Release into that floor. Let your back go. And one more time, rounding, lifting, pelvis forward. Pelvis dropping, head is the last thing to reach up and long. This time while we're here, I'm going to take a little bend through my left arm and look over my right shoulder. Get a little stretch into the side and the QL. And straightening that left arm, I'm going to bend the right arm. Look to my left. Straighten one more time, bending the left arm, looking over the right shoulder. Keeping those legs relaxed in the back. Straight arms, bend the right arm, looking over the left. And back. And one more time, chin, chest, round, 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 lift. Contracted, pulling back. And releasing. And I'm just going to roll up. Sit. Move a little forward. And we're going to do just a very quick cool down. Have a little drink of water and then finish out. So not much more left for you guys. It's more calming at this point, not quite as deep. But let's grab a very quick drink of water. Because again, hydration is key, especially when we're dealing with our muscles. How are you doing? Feeling more alive? Mm-hmm. Good. He's feeling more alive, you guys. Right before he has to go back to sitting at his desk for another 4 or so hours? 5? 4?
I don't know yet.
Oh! An indefinite amount of time sitting. Only for me to harass him afterwards about moving things around the house. So, all right, to finish out, I'm gonna have Joe, I'm gonna have you lay with your feet this way. on your back. And I'm gonna lay this way just so they can see multiple angles. So we're just gonna take a moment to kind of relax into the floor here. Feel the imprint of your body as you release absolutely everything. No tension. Release the tension in your forehead, in your eyelids, in your cheeks, in your tongue, in your fingertips and ankles. Making sure you're focusing on your breathing, because breathing and hydration are the two most important things when it comes to stretching. Now we're going to get a little rock through our feet. So I'm just going to start by flexing and pointing my feet so that my body goes up and down against the floor. Not holding tension while I do this. In fact, letting the tension go. Just a little more rocking for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relaxing those feet and ankles, feeling the vibrations of energy moving through your body. Seeing if your imprint just moved a little deeper. I'm going to bring both knees up into my chest and give them a little hug. Just give my back a little massage against the floor. Again, thinking of releasing, not stretching, just releasing, deepening the imprint of our body. And I'm going to let my left leg go long. Just to go a little spiral stretch, I'm going to carry that right knee over into a spiral. Let that right arm go behind me. And then pulling back into my back. Doing a quick switch of the legs very gently. Pulling that left knee over my body. Spiral through the spine. Look at that left arm on the floor behind you. And pulling back onto your back. Letting that leg go. We're going to take a deep inhale and exhale. One more deep inhale and exhale. And I'm going to roll over onto whichever side I prefer. And I'm going to use my hands to walk myself up to sit. And that, you guys, was stretching for optimal social distance. Optimal can mean so much more than just, well, optimally we have to be 6 feet apart in order to not spread our respiratory vapors to each other. Optimal can also mean keeping the body healthy in order to sustain social distance for what we have no idea how long it's going to be. So optimal in this case, yes, we've got that distance between us. We're being mindful of that, but we're also being mindful of ourselves and taking care of ourselves during this really challenging time for everyone. So thank you very much for joining us. A couple more quick shout outs. It is Joe's birthday. He turned the dirty 30 today. So we'll be celebrating indoors. If you want to throw some love in his direction, you can find his Instagram account through our Instagram account, where we've already tagged him several times. Another big shout out to Dance Sensations for supporting us, not just during this time, but also over the past year as we've been building up this business as a company, AmboDance Theater. Again, all of the dance studios and fitness studios and private gyms out there, and really just small businesses in general are going through an incredibly tough time because they've been told to shut down, their income is now less stable, and if we really truly love those businesses and we see them as our home away from home and kind of an extension of our family, we want to stick with family because that is the most important thing. We want to see them at the end of all of this. It's important that we maintain our loyalties to them. So we're here to offer these services, in part in thanks to Dance Sensations to help support that community and the dance community beyond. But we are supplementary, not an alternative. This is just for relaxation and a brain break, and to keep those bodies healthy during this challenging time. And last but not least, we are always accepting donations. All of the donations go to supporting the company and the dancers. We are not yet taking any sort of income off of this endeavor. It's a labor of love, and until I am paying my dancers as much as I want to pay them and giving them full-blown careers, that will always remain true. So send us a donation today so I can continue to support our dancers in a digital rehearsal process for the foreseeable future. Thanks you guys so much. Any words?
No.
I'm
Not
gonna
really.
break the distance.
Uh-huh.
We'll see you guys tomorrow for Modern Dance for Couch Potatoes. You will need a couch. You will actually need a couch. You don't even have to leave your couch. It's great. Bye.